Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon. Um, Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is having so far a good day, good night, good morning, wherever you are at, whenever you do get to see this video. Welcome to the Truth Seeker. I do have a case that happened. I was going to dig up that case that happened a long time ago that's unsolved. Unfortunately, something else came across the board, and it happened where I'm at, where I live. Not exactly where I live, but near where I live. And it involves, they only listed the one suspect's age, and it happened to be a 16-year-old. With a really bad outcome. You guys can also, if you want to, I'm going to try to put the article in there. I just don't want to get like no copyright or anything. But it is on the when you go to your web page, like when you go to your news outlet, it had popped up on my news outlet. However, it is on, and I don't have the app on my tablet. It's on my phone. So, I did find it. I want to say WTOL. I don't know if I can type it in here and see. I'm not seeing it here. Also, it's snowing. What the frack sickle? We might have to postpone this case, just because I'm looking at the time and it's 12:03. And this is kind of a long case. I want to try to see if I can nip it in the butt. Basically, it is on the WTOL app because I don't see it on my news thing now. But it was on like that on my phone. I had slid over, and then it had like a website and a news. I want to say it's WTOL. And I have to be to work at 1, and it is cold and it's snowing. Okay. Alright, let's go over this really quickly. Okay, so we have, this is going to take place in Toledo, Ohio. Getting the case book built up. Okay, so this happened, April 17th, this was posted. Today's date is the 17th. However, I think the action took place on Friday morning, before 9:30, and this involves two suspects, one who has been shot and killed. And this is at a, let me pull this other note up here that I have. Okay. So, this happened in Toledo, Ohio. Okay. The West So West Toledo, Ohio. Toledo shot and killed a 16-year-old. This is sad, okay? I mean, this is sad. This is about a teenager, 16 years old. How are these 16-year-olds getting these weapons? I have no idea. It is not the weapons that kill, it's the people that kill. Unfortunately, this is a teenager. So it's going to be very sensitive. Trigger warning. We're going to bring out Wonder Woman because this is going to be our trigger warning. This is very... it's just why, you know, it's sad. It's very sad. Okay, so there was two suspects. The officers were called before 9:30 a.m. for a gunpoint robbery at the West Toledo dollar store. Also, in the dollar store, there was a customer who also was robbed. So there must have been a couple customers. Maybe there was just the one customer. Maybe the other one's hid. We don't know. It doesn't really classify or say in the article. However, it just says, you know, two suspects on the west side of Toledo, guns, and they did a robbery, and they robbed one of the customers inside of the dollar store as well. So my heart goes out to everybody that's involved. Prayers to, you know, that the parents that lost their son. Just prayers go out to, you know, the victim in the store too. I wish it wouldn't have had to lead to that. It's just a very crazy world we live in. Why I'm trying to do this, because I have my tablet. I don't really need my case notes. I have everything that I need to talk about on my tablet. I can't believe it's snowing in Ohio. You know, my flowers just got planted. My tulips had just fracking bloomed. And now it's gonna snow. Heard my fence open. So I mean this is very tragic and sad that 16-year-old. I have to put some hydration on my face, so just bear with me for a moment. So let's go. Why I'm doing this, I'm gonna read you guys my case notes that I found. And everything, I try not to take everything from the article. I try to put some of my words in it because I don't want to get like a copyright or plagiarism, especially if I'm you know. So I'm gonna probably have to either go back into the video here and maybe go back through it and, you know, put the descriptions and everybody in it. And so there was two suspects. Officers were called at 9:30 a.m. A robbery at the West Toledo store. Also, customer was robbed in the store. The officers saw two suspects fleeing the scene. So the officers seen two suspects fleeing. I don't know what that is. I felt something on my face here. What is it? So The officer saw two suspects fleeing the scene. The suspect, obviously, the officers probably went running, and the suspect had shot at least once at the officer. The suspect was located. Let me just go through here. So the officers did catch up to one of the suspects, and apparently, in my notes and everything, it says the suspect refused to drop any of its weapons. I don't know why my mom is calling when I'm making a video. Okay, so a customer was also blah blah blah. The suspect had refused to drop the weapons. The officers and a I can't even say that word, negotiation team also had arrived and had tried different attempts to escalate the situation with the cops. And he was found. One of the suspects was found with the guns. I want to say the article said he was waving the guns, but he did shoot at least at one officer. It did say that. So he was holding the gun and waving it around. The officers and the negotiation team arrived and had tried different attempts to de-escalate the situation. The suspect refused to drop the weapons. Give me 1 second. Y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me message her. Okay, so now back to the article. I wanted to at least message my mother back and let her know that I was at least making a video on that. I would get back to her just so she wasn't worried. So anyways, they, officers and that did try. They did try to escalate the thing according to what the article had said. Basically, they found him holding the gun. So there's that, and it's sad. It's so sad. Okay, so a suspect refuses to drop the weapon, which the cops then had to unalive him. Let me just go back over my notes really quick, y'all. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So like I said, this came out today, April 17th at 7:05 a.m. is the document on the Toledo L. It might be on the app, or you can find it on the news for Toledo. It was on like that one's web where you can look at all kinds of different newses. I'm going to do my best to put it in here. But I also did use different words. Like I said, I try not to do anything plagiarism-wise, copyrights. I'm all new to YouTube. By the way, thank you all for coming and stopping in. And do get to watch this. Please watch this. This is really sad. Here it is. Another young kid with guns. Why are these young kids getting a hold of these guns? It's Is our gun rules too strict? Do we not have enough gun rules? What do we need to change here? Like, this is something we really need to really change. And I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't. Do we need, like... I grew up in a hometown that had, like, things for kids to do. There was after-school programs. Most of the time, they just smoked marijuana. It was never, now it's different, But to see a 16-year-old lost his life, had a gun, shot at an officer, robbed a store, and then the other suspect. Okay, there was 2 suspects in this whole situation. A customer was robbed in the store, and it didn't say. The article didn't mention how much they got, what they got. It didn't mention nothing like that. It just mentioned gunpoint robbery, customer robbed in the store. The other suspect, however, was located and found with 2 guns. This is sad. He is 16 years old. I'm not sure. The article does release the suspect's name. However, I don't really want to. I wrote it down and I was gonna say it on here. I want you guys to be able to find the article. I want to be able to give you the name. But then it's involving a 16-year-old kid. I have a 16-year-old niece. I have nephews. I'm an aunt. No matter, I understand a lot of people are going to say he committed a crime. He wouldn't listen to the officers. Maybe he was scared. Maybe he didn't want to and he was just with the other kid. Like, we don't know the whole story. And I think maybe the cops probably could have handled this a little bit better. Maybe just maybe shoot at the leg instead of shooting to kill him. Maybe just to get the weapon out of his arm. I don't know. Maybe it could have been handled a little bit better. I just know this involves a 16-year-old kid, and it's really not my place to put his name. I really don't want to say his name. It's still, no matter what the crime he did. I mean, yes, if he would have committed, like serious murder, or, he was probably a troubled teen. Maybe he was on drugs. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was just with this wrong person that convinced him to do this type of thing. We really don't know. I just know it's a 16-year-old. It doesn't list, like I said, it was on my phone too. I wish I would have shared. Oh, you know what? Maybe I did share the article. I think I did. Because, the article doesn't list anything about the other suspect, his age, nothing. It just says he was found with 2 guns. Okay? So they had a whole 3 guns, Let me see really quick before I have to end this, guys. I might have to post this later on in the day. I don't think I sent it to her. I think I sent it to my friend. No, I didn't send it to my friend. Did I share it to my Facebook, maybe? I might have shared it to my Facebook, y'all. I might have. Oh my god, girl. Oh my god, baby. Oh, look at her. Okay, so let me click on mine. No. We don't add dudes. No. Unfortunately, I did not post it to my... I thought I did. I thought I shared that, but apparently I must not have. Oh, yes, I did. Smartnews.com is was where I found it, you guys. I found it. Alright, so this is what the news site looks like. I'm just going to show you a quick glance of where I got this. And if you stroll down here, it says Ohio. Okay. Like I said, it does not say... Okay, so... So the 16-year-old was shot multiple times in the torso and upper and lower extremities. The other suspect was later found with 2 guns and was recovered and was arrested. The young boy was pronounced dead at St. Vincent's Hospital just after 10 a.m. Friday. Shot multiple times in the torso and upper and lower extremities. Now you tell me that they couldn't do that a different, better way than doing it like that? I mean, I don't know, guys. And it does not say it doesn't say anything about how much money they got, what they robbed, if they even got anything. I know they robbed the customer inside of the store. It doesn't list if the customer was hurt or anything like that. This makes me upset. So when I first got up to the makeup room / office, I got on my tablet and I discovered it, and I was just blown away. Because I checked that, and that was on my news, and like I said, trigger warning. A 16-year-old boy lost his life due to a senseless freaking crime that he shouldn't have committed. He shouldn't have went in there with guns and armed robbery. That's a gunpoint robbery. Yes, he did the crime, and I think maybe it could have been handled a little bit better. I don't know. I wasn't there. Just reading from what the article said, my heart does go out to everybody that was involved in this. especially to the family who has to bury their 16-year-old kid. And the other suspect gets to still live his life because he didn't shoot back, or he didn't, I am going to find that case, you guys, of the girl up here that I had said that was found. The young woman was found up here quite a few years back, as the person had told me, and she was found naked, and nothing has ever been done. The case still isn't solved. So I'm going to try to get that done, but this had came on the board, and I thought, okay, we definitely need to deep dive into this case, just because it needed, why? I just want to know why. They didn't list, none of them listed how much they got, what they got, nothing. Just at a dollar store. It doesn't even say if it was like the Dollar General, Dollar Tree. There's a lot of the dollar stores around. So it could be any dollar store, but like I said, I'm not going to list the kid's name. If you guys want to go to that website, and if you guys want to dig something up on it, or if you guys want to do some more investigation, be my guest. I just don't feel comfortable releasing the kid's name. And I do know, like, there's a law for, like, if you're under their age, like, you can have, like, some of the family can have, like, names redacted and stuff because of that law for the underage, whatever. Maybe we need, like, more things for kids to do other than be on the streets. Like, why? It's just too much. Too much happening in this world, y'all. So that's what I have for you guys. I'll see you guys later. There's something going on. I gotta go.